Welcome back to CBS Sports HQ. Now we've covered the trends, teams going up, teams going down extensively for the 2022-2023 regular season. Now we want to talk about the favorite players to win each award. So we want to take a look at the odds for our friends over at Caesars Sportsbook. The MVP, we got Luka there, the favorite at plus 390. Rookie of the Year, Paolo Banchero at plus 190, and the Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, he's the favorite for that one at plus 475. Now here to give us their predictions and best bets, we have Tim Doyle, our NBA insider, and then also our insider, Avery Johnson. You got the hammer. I didn't realize that was your bit. You had to explain it to me in the commercial.
Well, it only works if you have the winner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't hammer something that it loses, then no one wants the hammer. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. So now that I'm, prepared for this hammer situation, we want to start off with Rookie of the Year. So the favorite there, obviously 2022 first round overall pick by the Magic. We have Paolo Banchero, the favorite at plus 190. Tim, are you going with him or are you going in another direction?
I'm going to look for value here because I think the Pistons are going to be better, and I think Jaden Ivey has a lot of Ja Morant in him. And I think team success, Coach, matters in awards. So the fact that I'm getting 5-1, I expect the Pistons to be a little bit better. I do think that there's going to be a bit of an adjustment between Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, and guys are going to have to dance together on the floor. But the fact that the team is going to have success and I'm getting value, I'll take a flyer on the former Purdue great.
No, I'm going to go with Paolo Banchero. I really think with Chet Holmgren missing this season, this is his award to lose. Paolo is the premier offensive player in the top 10 picks of this draft. You look at the way he outplayed Jabari Smith in the Summer League in Las Vegas. You look at the way his team is stacked up. I think they're going to really rely on him to score the ball a lot more. He doesn't have a Cade Cunningham playing alongside of him like Jaden Ivey. And because of that, they're going to lean on him to score the ball at a high level. I love his size. I love his durability. He can really play through contact. I think this young man, this Duke product, I think he's going to be the runaway winner with Rookie of the Year, barring any injuries.
All right, so Coach going with Paolo, you are going a different direction. Jaden Ivey, his odds are plus 500 there. All right, moving things along to Defensive Player of the Year. Our friends over at Caesars, they're picking Rudy Gobert. He's got that award a couple of times in his pocket. Those odds are at plus 475. So do you guys like that pick? Coach, we'll start with you this time.
No, I like Mikal Bridges to win this award. He was the runner-up last year for Defensive Player of the Year. Here's a kid that's very durable. I think he's played in 2 or 3 seasons in a row where he's played 82 games. I love his ability to be able to switch multiple positions. We saw Rudy Gobert couldn't even stay on the court in the playoffs against the Mavericks last year, and I'm not sure how much this is going to work with him playing alongside Karl Anthony Towns. So I really like Mikal Bridges. He's a lockdown defender. Came up short a little bit. I think he had a first place vote on 95 of the 100 ballots. So I think he's going to win it this year. He's going to really help that Phoenix defense anchor down. DeAndre Ayton is going to play much better defense behind him as the last line of defense. But Mikal Bridges is a problem solver on the defensive end. So I really believe he's going to win the award this year.
You know how much respect I have for Avery? That tells me that Mikal Bridges is the best on-ball defender in the entire NBA. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win the award.
Right.
But that's like a guy that Avery would see guarding him and be like, oh, no, I'm not going to be able to score tonight. So I have a lot of respect for that breakdown. But I'm sorry, I'm going to pick boring Rudy Gobert. And what Coach talked about was the playoffs. This is not a playoff award, Coach. It's a regular season award. And Rudy's going to be motivated because Utah said bye-bye. He goes to Minnesota where their win total, Jacqueline, at 49.5. That means they're going to win 50 games. And you know what Rudy Gobert does in the regular season? He wins 50 games. So everything Coach is saying is true, but this is a regular season award. Last year averaged a career high, nearly 15 rebounds a game. I know it's boring, but I think he's going to be a mom this year. A man on a mission. And this is a T-Wolves team that I think is going to be really good. So give me Rudy Gobert.
I've never heard that. Man on a mission, mom. Okay, I thought we were going in a totally different direction, but I like it. Okay, so moving along to most improved players. So Anthony Edwards is favored there at plus 850, but you're going to go in a different direction here.
Yeah, I think this is like James Harden's make or break year.
Okay.
Because he's at that age now where he has to reinvent himself. I found it very interesting that he took less money to stay in Philadelphia. So meaning like, this is all in here with the 76ers. I talked about guys get awards because of team success. Jack, it was only a few years ago that this guy was averaging 30 points and 10 assists. Now, he's clearly not the same player, but I don't think he's as bad or is going to play as poor as he did in last year's postseason. I think this is all about the mental makeup and the physical makeup of this offseason. If James took it seriously, he goes out there. The 76ers have the best record in the NBA, and he goes out there and leads the NBA in assists. I think there's crazy value here at 60-1, Coach.
Well, this is a nice pick, Tim. But, James, your best ability is availability, so we'll see if he can stay healthy this year to support your pick. But I like another guy. I like R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett, after the All-Star break, he went from averaging 18 points to 24 points. I think he's going to average about 23, 24 points this year. I think he's ready for a breakout season in his fourth year. I believe R.J. Barrett's going to make the All-Star team. He's going to be a much better player because he's finally playing with a stud of a point guard and Jalen Brunson, who's bringing his winning ways and the way he prepares for games. He's won at Villanova. He helped lead the Mavericks to the Western Conference Finals last year in the first round when Luka Doncic missed a couple of games. And I think R.J. Barrett's going to benefit the most from playing with Jalen Brunson and finish that type of momentum and the efficiency as he had post All-Star break when he averaged 24 points. Lights out. I'm going with R.J. Barrett, most improved player.
So R.J. Barrett for Avery, you're going with Harden. Maybe you saw Harden's, his picks in the offseason of him, or preseason, I should say, working out over the summer. I don't know. Maybe you got something there. All right. Moving along to the top pick to lead the league in scoring, Joel Embiid. He led last season. Also, it's always a conversation about him being MVP. Do you think maybe he's going to go off, put out some crazy numbers to prove that, hey, this is my year to be the MVP?
The last 2 years, he has averaged nearly 30 points a game, over 30 last year. Crazy thing is he shoots over 37% from three. This isn't fair, Coach. He's 7'1". He's an amazing offensive player. He can put the ball on the floor. He's a great mid-range jump shooter. Question with him, right, is always the games. How many games are you going to get from him? I think for him to win an MVP, he's got to be north of 70, which is a number that he has a hard time accomplishing. But as far as getting buckets, I know Kevin Durant is known as the best offensive player in the NBA. I'm sorry. I think Joel Embiid has the best offensive package right now in the NBA.
All right, Coach, we'll send things over to you.
I'm going with Luka Doncic. If you looked at Luka this summer, he was phenomenal this summer playing in Europe. He had 36 points against Germany, 47 against France. He's coming into the season in much better shape. He normally gets off to a sluggish start to start the season, but I think he's appeared to be more focused and determined this year. He's going to have to do more without Jalen Brunson. So I just think because he doesn't really have a Robin like some of the other guys, Giannis has Middleton, James Harden, and obviously Embiid. I think this is Luka Doncic's year to lead the NBA in scoring.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we want to get your picks for the MVP. Tim, who do you got?
I think Joel Embiid finally gets over the hump. The stats are there, and I think 76ers coach are going to have amazing team success. How about you?
Well, I'm going with a sleeper here. I'm going with Devin Booker. I think this is going to be a breakout season for him to win MVP. He's got the contract extension in the offseason. They were embarrassed in Game 7 last year against the Mavericks to advance to play against the Warriors. Chris Paul, we know obviously he's had some health issues. So I think Devin Booker is going to put this team on his back and have his best season as a pro and narrowly nip Luka Doncic for the MVP this year.
Avery Johnson and Tim Doyle are experts giving us their picks for the awards for the upcoming 2022-2023 NBA season. And quickly recapping those picks for Rookie of the Year, Tim likes Shaden Ivey, while Avery is going Banchero for the Defensive Player of the Year. Tim's going Rudy Gobert, while Avery is going with Bridges. Most Improved, Tim likes James Harden, and then Avery is going RJ Barrett.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.